Howdy folks, Nathan here with a 2020 Lexus ES 300H. Now I know what you're thinking. Why is he here talking about this luxury vehicle? Well, I'm not much of a luxury guy, but I am a practical guy when it comes to money, because I don't like to spend a lot. And let's say that you are looking for a stepping stone to a luxury EV. I think this car is it. I'm going to take you around and show you the whole vehicle. We're going to talk about its incredible value and the fact that it drives really nice. Now, before you freak out and say, oh, wait a minute, that's a Camry. It's not. Yeah, okay, it has the same powertrain basically, and yeah, the numbers are really similar when it comes to performance, but in terms of the way it looks, in terms of the interior quality and feel, and in terms of the way it drives, it's very different. So, let's take a little walk around. Let's look at that front end. This is where the styling difference really comes in. Now, keep in mind, one of the things Lexus did that initially really got me and a lot of other automotive journalists angry is they made all their cars look pretty much the same in the front. But, here's the good news. If you buy this car, which is the value leader, then you've got a car that looks just like the rest of the Lexus family, and that is fantastic. Combined, this is gas engine, which is a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder with the electric motor, 215 horsepower, just over 160 pound-feet of torque. And yes, it's a very similar setup to the Toyota Camry Hybrid. The size is also very similar, but there's nothing wrong with that because it's a really good size. When I get to the numbers in terms of price, you'll understand why I find this thing so impressive. Let me show you the trunk because there's something kind of interesting there. Tons of space. You actually don't lose that much space because it's a hybrid. Because just like the Camry, they put majority of the components, batteries, underneath the rear passenger seats. And because of that, you actually have a good sized trunk, and look at this. Under here, and under here, and under here. Wait, here's the big reveal. There is a tire. That is huge because a lot of hybrids out there will actually hide or remove a spare tire, and it's nice to have one. Now let's talk about the interior. Follow me. The entire time we've been doing this video, the car's been on. Yep, partly because it's over 90 degrees outside, and I wanted the air conditioner running, and the seat coolers would be nice. I'll run those a little later. But I also wanted to show you the instrumentation. This is a 12.3-inch split screen. And as awesome as it looks, and it really does look good, very crisp, it's not the easiest thing to work. I honestly am not very fond of it. This is part of the reason. Touchpad! Yeah. Now it's haptic, so you actually have some feedback when you're touching this and you're clicking on things. It will tell you when you bounced over them. But when you're driving, it's not the most intuitive thing to play with. Now, you can bounce them back and forth to maps and whatnot, which is great. Once again, clarity is very good. But it took a few minutes to figure out just how to change the damn radio station. Now they do have a knob, which is great. There's actually two, okay? Important tip here. Volume control here, and this is, on the outside, actually how you get from one station to another. The rest of the buttons are fairly logically laid out, a little bit on the small side, especially over here. But in terms of the fit and finish, very nice. Just as good as what you would find in other Lexus models. And I think that that kind of is the crux of this car. This interior, which also has the Mark Levinson stereo system speakers, which sound pretty good. The overall vehicle has a feel of quality that is on par with the rest of the Lexus fleet. Yes, you're getting a vehicle that has a lot of components that are shared with the Toyota Camry, but none of it has to do with the interior, not at all. This interior is extraordinarily comfortable and extremely high quality. Except there are a couple things. Can we show him the knee? Right about here. Here it is. Okay, so if you're tall and case is 5'10", I think, he's hitting his knee right here. And this is the only place in the entire car where there's noticeably hard plastic. Everything else is soft touch. I didn't even notice it because I got a bum leg, but I would imagine that most people who are tall are going to whack against that. And that is a bit of an issue. So it would be nice if they had a nice little swath of material right here to sort of pad that. It's a minor gripe with what is otherwise an extraordinary interior. Now, there is one more thing, but I don't know if you'll be able to get it on camera. It's hard to even use polarized lenses and see, and that is the heads-up display. You can see the large opening there. The heads-up display is 10.3 inches, so it is large. Now, everything you're getting inside of this car in terms of luxury amenities, you can get or will get in a luxury EV. But the one thing you won't get in those EVs that you will get in this is a gas engine. So yes, more moving parts, but you also are somewhat clean and green, and range anxiety out the window. Not only that, but this car has well over 400 miles of range per tank. In fact, it was said that 470 to 500 miles is more than doable in this car on a tank of gas. That is really impressive. You know what else I want to show you though? I want to show you the back seat. All right, now keep in mind, big fat guy, stubby, weird shaped legs. I'm about 6'1", and I am sitting behind myself, comfortably actually. Good knee room. Not a ton of headroom, but just enough. So if I lean my head back, which I wouldn't normally sit like this when I'm riding, then I do rub a little bit. But I slouch, and a little bit of slouch. I've got about a ½ inch of headroom, if you look up here, give or take. So it's okay. Roman's hair and his implants would definitely be tugging at the top up here because he's got a longer torso. But in terms of overall comfort, the seat feels pretty good. Bolstered materials all around. Rear passengers are fairly comfortable. And then you have this, which has cup holders, big surprise, and there's your pass-through, which is just over my shoulder. It's not the most exciting place to be, but that doesn't matter because it is a very comfortable place to be. But I do have one issue. There are a lot of competitors out there that offer heated and cooled seats up front. This car has it. But you know what it doesn't have? These rear seats are not heated. Usually it's the outboard ones. And for a car in this class, you'd think it would come standard, but it's not here, which is kind of a bummer. Okay guys, here we go. Ready? Acceleration. According to Lexus, 0 to 60 times at sea level, just a tick over 8 seconds. Up here, it's a little tiny bit slower. Remember, we're over a mile above sea level. Now, you do have the electric motor assisting, but in reality, this is not a performance car. It is amongst the slower vehicles that Lexus builds. But 8 seconds is nothing to be ashamed of. Overall civility. This car has it. It rides nice. It's not clunky. It's not crashing over all of the bumps and weird little things we have in the roads here in Colorado, which our roads are in some cases terrible. Now, it can run on EV, very, very slow, very, very limited, but it's not something that's really measured, so they don't talk about it very much. You can't really drive to work in this thing in all EV mode, which is a bummer. Same as the Camry hybrid. The thing that this car does do is it extends a gallon of fuel, and it does it in a luxurious way. So remember when I was talking about value? This vehicle starts at around $41,000, and that's for your base 300H. This one, as equipped, fully loaded, $53,000 and change. To me, that is a huge value considering what you get. A Lexus high quality interior. That in itself is worth the price of admission, but you're getting excellent tech, excellent economy. 44 miles per gallon, are you kidding me? And you're getting a smooth riding, comfortable car that is a Lexus. At the end of the day, it looks like all the other Lexuses in the fleet, and in my book, that means that it's a great car and a great value. Keep in mind, there are a lot of other vehicles that compete with this car price-wise that are nowhere near as luxurious, and most importantly, don't have that Lexus name. So once again, I think it's an excellent value. Thank you for joining me for the Fast Lane Car and TFL Now. This is Nathan. I'll see you next time.